Hey there, folks. Welcome to Why Masculinity is Needed More Than Ever with your host, the one and only Alex the AI Guy. Today, we're diving into a topic that's as amusing as it is thought-provoking. Bear or man, who you gonna choose? So buckle up, because we're about to embark on a hilarious and insightful journey into the wild world of masculinity. Let's get this party started. Now let's talk about the symbolism of the bear. You see, the bear represents so much more than just a cuddly creature in the woods. It's a symbol of strength, resilience, and determination. The bear is like that friend who is always there for you, no matter what, always ready to give you a big old bear hug, pun intended. It's a reminder that in life, you've got to be as strong as a bear and as fierce as a mama bear, defending her cubs when facing the challenges that come your way. Plus, who wouldn't want to be associated with that level of confidence and power? Choosing the bear over the man is like saying, I'm ready to tackle life's obstacles with a roar and a paw swipe. And let's be real, who wouldn't want that on their team? So, let's talk about the symbolism of the man. Now, before you start picturing a guy in a suit with a briefcase, let me clarify. The man in this context represents more than just a gender-specific figure. He's the embodiment of wit, resilience, and the ability to adapt to any situation, much like the ultimate survivalist. When faced with challenges, the man doesn't just run and hide in a cave waiting for the storm to pass. No, he faces it head-on, armed with intelligence and resourcefulness. In a world of bear-like obstacles, the man's approach is different. He doesn't just rely on brute strength, but on cunning problem-solving skills and the power of human ingenuity to outsmart the challenges. And let's not forget the emotional depth of the man. He's not afraid to show vulnerability, to empathize, and to build connections. After all, who wouldn't want a companion with a sense of humor and the ability to engage in meaningful conversations about life, love, and the pursuit of happiness? So there you have it. The symbolism of the man is not just a matter of gender, but a representation of resilience, intelligence, and emotional depth. Plus, who doesn't want someone who can fix a leaky faucet and whip up a killer pot roast at the same time? So, let's break it down, folks. On one paw, we got the bear, a lean, mean, honey-loving machine. Sure, they've got the raw power and ferociousness, but can they hold down a 9 to 5? I mean, who's going to pay the bills while you're out there wrestling salmon and scaring off campers? Now, on the other hand, we've got the man. Not as ferocious, but hey, they can handle a spreadsheet like nobody's business. They can whip up a mean casserole and even change a tire in under 10 minutes. Impressive, right? But at the end of the day, do you really want to be snuggled up with a guy who's more interested in fantasy football than a romp through the woods? Plus, have you seen those claws? Not exactly prime snuggle material. It's a tough decision, my friends. Between the untamed wilderness and the monotony of modern life, who you gonna choose? I guess it all comes down to whether you're looking for a wild companion or a reliable partner in crime. Stay tuned, folks. We're about to dive even deeper into this wild dilemma. What's up, folks? So we've been talking about the age-old debate of bear or man, and let's be real, choosing can be a tough decision. But let's dive into the modern take on masculinity, because let's face it, times have definitely changed. Enter the modern man. He's not just brawn and ruggedness anymore, although that's always a plus, right? He's also sensitive, emotionally intelligent, and not afraid to embrace his softer side. He's the guy who can rock a suit in the boardroom and then whip up a gourmet meal in the kitchen. He's in touch with his feelings and not afraid to show it. And hey, he's not just about meat and potatoes. He's all about kale salads and green smoothies too. Yeah, that's right. He's a culinary king. But let's not forget about our bear friends. They've got a charm and a ruggedness that is undeniably appealing. They're strong, protective, and they've got that adventurous spirit that just can't be tamed. Plus, they've got those killer bear hugs, literally. So who are you going to choose? The modern man with his multifaceted, sensitive side? Or the bear with its rugged, adventurous appeal? Hey, either way, you're in for a wild ride. All right, let's dive into some case studies and examples that demonstrate the age-old dilemma of choosing between a bear and a man. In a bizarre incident in the wilderness, a hiker found themselves face to face with a bear and a man wearing a bear costume. After some contemplation, the hiker wisely chose the man in the bear costume. While the encounter may have been surreal, it highlighted the importance of weighing one's options and considering all possibilities. In another scenario, a camping trip turned into a humorous escapade when campers had to decide whether to confront a bear or a man with a suspiciously bushy beard. It turned out that the man was simply an avid outdoorsman and not an actual bear, much to the relief of everyone involved. These anecdotes serve as a reminder that life often presents unexpected choices and challenges, and sometimes the line between bear and man can blur in the most comical ways. So, whether faced with a bear or a man in a bear suit, it's always best to approach the situation with humor and a good dose of common sense. Stay tuned for more amusing tales and insights. So there you have it, folks. When it comes down to it, the choice between a bear or a man really depends on your priorities. If you value ferocious strength, insatiable determination, and an insatiable appetite for adventure, then the bear might just be your spirit animal. On the other hand, if you prefer sophisticated conversation, a penchant for Sudoku puzzles, and a reliable 9-to-5 work schedule, then the man might be more your speed. But hey, why not have the best of both worlds? Find a man who can wrestle a grizzly and recite Shakespeare in the same breath, or a bear who can brew a mean cup of coffee and negotiate a business deal. Who says you have to choose? After all, life is full of wild surprises and unexpected twists. So why not embrace the unpredictable and take a walk on the wild side? Whether you opt for a bear, a man, or a fascinating hybrid of the two, just remember to keep a sense of humor and a sturdy pair of running shoes handy. You never know when you might need to sprint away from a bear-sized man or a man-sized bear. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll dive into the age-old debate of pancakes versus waffles. Until then, keep living your wildest dreams, and remember that life is always a little more interesting when you're not quite sure what's lurking around the next corner. All right, let's see what our loyal listeners have to say. We got a question from Sally in Idaho who asks, how do I know if I should choose bear or man as my companion in the wilderness? Well, Sally, it's a tough decision, but let's break it down. On one hand, a bear can protect you from other animals and may have some survival instincts you can learn from. On the other hand, a man can provide conversation, companionship, and help with problem solving. Plus, you won't have to worry about being eaten in your sleep. So Sally, it really comes down to whether you're looking for someone to snuggle with or someone to help you start a fire. Either way, you'll have a wild adventure. Thanks for the question, and keep them coming, folks. And that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for tuning in to this wild discussion on whether to choose a bear or a man in a survival situation. We hope you had as much fun listening as we did arguing about it. Remember, when in doubt, just play dead, whether it's a bear or your annoying colleague. See you next time on the Bear or Man podcast. Keep roaring and stay human. Goodbye, y'all.